I think I just pressed the wrong button, but we'll figure it out. I haven't done a live stream in a minute, and I didn't advertise this at all. It was a little whim moment. Figure it out. Okay, I gotta post. We're going. Okay. Hi guys. I'm just posting to Instagram to let more people know what's up. Live on YouTube. Join me. How's everyone doing? Hi Shayla. Oh my god. Best guest viewer I could have asked for. Hi. I don't know, I'm having a weird day, and I was like feeling kind of lonely, and I was like, it's Friday afternoon, having a hard time focusing, so I was like, you know what, I want to knit with friends, and if this is the way that it's happening, this is the way it's happening, man. Just like the state of the world, you know. Hello. I'm working on my bucket list project right now. Just starting the main part, and I've got my whole chart here. Slow going, you know, slow going. I don't know why my friends keep making fun of me. Not like, you know, as friends do, like that they see me, and they have noted that I always like, what do they call it? Oh, thank you. My mesh top. Yeah, this one was from Lucy and Yak. I got it. They were like doing a little clearance. I really like it. They say that I like hot breath sigh a lot. And like, if it isn't a time in the political climate to hot breath sigh now, I don't know when it is. So join me in a collective hot breath sigh. And you know it's Tim who's saying this about me, and then, you know, admitting that he's saying it. So, yeah, you know, we're all doing our best out here. We are, indeed. So, just working on, I guess, like, you don't really need to see my knitting, but I've got all the color work done, and I'm just starting like the body of the Barrack cardigan by Marie Woolen. Where are we at? Okay. Yeah, Tim does know it's necessary. We're just out here adding to the CO2 emissions with our sighing. Yay. Yeah, tell me what you're working on. I want to know what you're working on, what you're making. Tell me how you're staying afloat, because I'm barely hanging on myself. Okay, very quickly realizing this is not what I should be working on. The Daily Pullover, a bottomless ocean of fingering weight stockinette. That sounds really good right about now. I've been doing a lot of like sock tubes, which I feel like has a similar vibe to that. Just constant. Oh my God. Hi, Madison. Hi, Hannah. Oh, see, this is what I wanted, you guys, just to hang out with friends. So nice. I am tinking back because, of course, like the first 10 stitches I knit were not right. Yeah, I was just explaining that I'm just feeling a little meh, and I like wanted to have friend time, and I was like, you know what? There's a way to have friend time. Oh my God, afternoon coffee. Yes. I had my afternoon coffee. I did take myself out to lunch today because, again, the meh, but just like the world, you know. Hi, Eva. I'm working on The Throw Over by Andrew Mowry. First time using hand spun in a garment. Oh my God, congratulations. I love that. Very exciting. I wish there was a way to post photos in the chat, but I don't think there is. But I always want to see people's projects. Hilariously, look, I got these hot dog stitch markers. We just got them in at Starlight, the store I work at here. Is that not hilarious? I was like, the only thing that would make it better is if it were a corn dog, but I'll take a hot dog. I will take a hot dog. And I guess like the owner was like, those are not gonna sell. And then me and my coworker immediately were like, whoop, we want those hot dogs. I have no regrets about that. Yeah, so we had to, literally have been talking about it since Vlogmas, but our washing machine has been broken, and Kay really truly put in a valiant effort to repair the machine, and all of the things that they did would have worked, but we found out that there was like an electrical issue, and it's an older machine, so they like don't make the part anymore. So we ended up having to buy a new one, and that got delivered yesterday. But you know, like whenever there's like an appliance thing, whether you're an owner or a renter, it's like you're like waiting for people to show up all day. So like yesterday kind of felt like I was just waiting all day, and then today I was like, yes, let's get started. And then I found out, because part of the whole washing machine issue is that I need it, or I use it to do some of my dyeing. And so without it, I've been at a little bit of a standstill. And then, I'm sorry, this is probably so boring, but I went to like start working, and like the electrical outlet that it plugs into is like, I don't know, something is going on. So, you know, now I actually have to call the landlord and be like, this thing is happening. It's just like the adulting of it all. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes also, I have my space heater on, and I think sometimes the background noise like interferes with the audio. But I've like also tried to plug in my microphone, and that's even worse. So I'm sorry that the audio is cutting out. I'm gonna turn off the space heater, and we'll see. But anyway, that's my very exciting story about my washing machine. Oh. Okay, once the space heater turns off, we'll see if that helps. It takes a minute for it to shut off. I don't know why. I do also see that I'm like lagging a little bit, so we'll adjust. We'll see what's going on. Although maybe you were at the same part, and that's what was happening. Okay, good. I'm glad. Hi, Lawrence. What concert did you see? Tonight in the States is Drag Race, so I'm gonna go with Tim and our friends to watch Drag Race at a bar later tonight, so that'll be really nice. We've been doing that like every Friday since the new season started, and it was really nice. It's been really nice. So doing that later. I have been like specifically working on so many sock tubes because I've been taking just like sock tubes to the bar to work on when I'm watching Drag Race. So oh my god, a candlelight orchestra in a big cathedral. That sounds gorgeous. That is very, very different vibes from Drag Race at a bar. I'll tell you what, but like in the best way. Okay. Yeah, this the pattern that I'm doing is a 36 stitch repeat, and like I have it marked off, but like if you get off a little bit, it's like you're off. You're off. So trying to just pay attention. Anyone have fun plans for the weekend? Tell me about them. Tomorrow we're gonna go, a friend's birthday is happening, and she wants to go to the Lunar New Year parade, which is like, I think in Chinatown here in Portland. I haven't really like investigated like the details because that's for tomorrow. But I knit her a red hat and I duplicate stitched a snake on the front since the year of the snake, and I am very excited to give it to her. I think she's gonna be like really touched and thrilled, so that should be fun. And it is my bucket list project. I've been making very slow progress on it because I keep distracting myself with other things. I also am like on the verge of buying a sweater quantity for another sweater. I don't know, I'm justifying it to myself, but I still am like working slowly on my tessellated. I'm still finishing up my mom's like Christmas gift, which let me tell you, a knitted on lace edging over 700 plus stitches is quite the task. So I'm just chipping away at it slowly. Her birthday is in April, so that's sort of what I've made my deadline, which I think it's reasonable. Yeah, let me... I think I probably could have like gone up one needle size for my bucket list project. It's a little tight, but you know. Your first Ashford e-spinner arrived yesterday. You're going to learn how to spin this weekend. Oh, that's so exciting. I wish you all the luck. Amazing. Hannah doing nothing but knitting this weekend, and honestly so excited. Yes. Madison just bought yourself a sweater quantity for a birthday gift. Yes, I know. Right, look. Half of this hobby is building up our stash. So, and working at a yarn store, Madison, I know you know, it's like, it's hard to resist temptation. I honestly don't even know. I can go find the video, but I was watching like a YouTube a knitting podcast, and it was like a new to me one. I was just kind of investigating, and she was wearing a striped cardigan, and I was just like, I don't know that I've done this. Maybe like a handful of times where I'm like, I see that and I want that specific thing. And I just loved her color combo. I love a stripe, and it was striped. And I went and like hunted down similar yarn at the store I work at. And I was like, I'm just gonna swatch. And I was like, I have no business swatching this right now, but I did. And now I want to buy the yarn. So I was like, all my other projects are so complicated. I just want something like easy to work on, you know? It is so tempting working at a shop. I wish my knitting is all downstairs, which is so annoying, but it's basically like a royal blue and like a rusty orange. Let me see. Maybe I can find a photo. Oh, wait, I think I have a photo. I think I even took a screenshot of the gal that I was watching, because I was like, I have to look. Oh yeah, here. I'm sure some of you know who she is, but that's the screenshot of her in her cute blog. Wow, that's very annoying. And I wonder if I can find my swatch. Oh yeah, here. So that was my attempt at recreating it. I think I did pretty good at like capturing the vibes. So yeah, kind of crazy. And then the hat, the little New Year hat, look at that. I duplicate stitched a little snake on it. So cute. So that's what yeah, right? I was like I said, like I'm being a little facetious, but I'm being serious at the same time. Like, this is a complicated project to be working on with its 36 stitch pattern repeat. So if I have something that I can just like knit on, you know, I don't know. I found the chart from someone who made a pair of like Lunar New Year mittens. I think they're just called snake mittens. And so I found that chart. I think it ended up being like $2, a little over $2, and it was like in yen. Like PayPal did the hello words, not translation, money, you know, exchange. PayPal did the exchange for me, and yeah, Connie Gavin, thank you, Lawrence. Yes, she is from your neck of the woods. And I was like just deeply obsessed. Like she didn't even talk about it, I think, in that video really, but I was just like, what is that sweater? Tell me what that sweater is. It's such a good color combo. Such a good combo. See, exchange or conversion. Thank you. Thank you. I knew. Yeah. I knew we'd get there eventually. Okay. I want to do more duplicate stitch this year. I've been watching Hanan Bonet and I'm obsessed with her duplicate stitch. Yeah, it's such a cool technique. It definitely, like, especially in this hat, I notice it changes the elasticity of the knitting. And so, I don't know. Yeah, it just depends. I think, like, it was a good option for the hat, and I think, like, when the hat stretches, it, like, looks really nice. But definitely, like, off of my head, it just kind of, like, you know, no matter how, like, well you do it, like, how good your technique is, it's still, yeah, just changes the fabric a little bit. So, just something to be mindful of. Today I was working on, despite the drama with my washing machine, I did work on some dyeing that I, like, needed to start working on today. And I, like, dyed 3 colors and was, like, you know, kind of, like, working on them, pulled them out of the dye baths and was, like, rinsing them. And then I, like, looked at them and they were all, like, the exact colors that are in my shirt. I don't know how it happened, but it was very, very comical. And I sent a pic to my little friend group text and I was like, who's surprised? Not I. But, yes. I'm nothing if not very dedicated to my color palette. I think they're still with them, just to show you, because I'm excited about them. Maybe I have a photo. Oh yeah, here. Okay. Ugh. No, I should go get them. That's not. I'm gonna go get them, just to show them off. We can talk about it. Okay. Hi. Here we are. Okay. See? Do you see? Like, how could I have done this anymore? Out of control. So this is dyed with Kutch, and you can Like normally when I dye Kutch, it's almost like more similar to my skin tone color. Like it's not as red, but yeah, I was experimenting with adding chalk to it. And yeah, they're still wet, so obviously it's getting me wet. Okay. So there's that. And then there's this amazing slimy green, which is a little different from like the normal green that I dye, just like a slightly different technique. So I'm hoping that will lighten up as it dries, but we shall see. And then this is cochineal and logwood. So there we go. I'm putting together a little mini set, and it is actually, my palette was inspired by the gay bar that I go to. So yeah, fun little, I'll tell you more about that project in a bit, like at a slightly later date, but yeah, I do know my palette. It's out of control. Yeah, that slime color is like, I've been trying to get it for a while, and I think it needs a little bit of tweaking, but we're almost there. Almost there. Ugh. Cabling. Like, it's the first row of cabling where, like, you have to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. Otherwise, the whole rest of it is off, you know? I know it's like such a US thing, but my mom and Kay and I last weekend watched like the entirety of the Grammys, and I am from LA, and so the fires have been feeling very like, I don't know anyone who was affected directly because my family doesn't live in either of the areas that were affected, but it was still very emotional to watch the Grammys and all of the like fundraising they were doing, and there were like performances specifically, like just like love letters to LA, and yeah, it was way more emotional than I thought it would be. That, and just like, I was so excited about Doechii winning. It was so exciting to see Chappell Roan, and also like to be able to have conversations with my grandma about Chappell Roan is everything. I think a lot of you know this because I've talked about it, but my grandma was a lingerie designer, and so she was just like, her outfits were so cool, like specifically at the Grammys, and I was like, girl, you don't even know. I'm like, we're gonna have to do a little course about Chappell because I know you'll be into it. She was like, that girl with the pointy hat. And I was like, I know, an icon. So that's been very funny and sweet. I really want to just send her like the CD of The Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess. So that brought me great joy this week, introducing Yaya to Chappell. Like, she loves Cyndi Lauper. My yaya does. And I was just like, yes, Chapel's your girl. Yeah, well, you were definitely on the East Coast. Like, I understand. Charlie's performance was very good. It was very fun. But that's why we have YouTube, right? Yeah, I really feel like we did like the Super Bowl food for the Grammys instead of the Super Bowl because I could care less. Yeah. So we like ate wings while watching the Grammys. It was kind of amazing. What about Modern Lingerie? I mean, she was like not making frumpy lingerie. She was like fully making like crotchless thongs. I mean, I think the biggest thing is that, you know, she was based in LA and had a warehouse of people who worked out of LA, and, you know, she was one of the casualties of, you know, production being moved offshore. So, yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing is like, I think we all mourn the loss of jobs that were, you know, taken out of our hands. So, yeah, but she was a really successful businesswoman, and I think it's pretty rad to have a grandma who, like, made pasties. And my mom worked with her, you know. It's pretty cool. And she sold the business when I think like before I was born, or no, I went to the warehouse when I was a kid. I do remember that. So within the first like 5 to 10 years of my life, she like retired. I will say about this Peace Fleece, it smells like, I know it's like probably more spinning oil than like sheep smell, but it's like very sheepy. I mean, it is a very sheepy yarn, and it just like has the scent of the sheepiness. So that's kind of pleasant. There is like some of my local knitting spinning friends sent me a email that they got. It's like so listserv 1990s vibes, about like a wool, like a fleece sale that is happening this weekend. I don't think I'm gonna go, but it, you know, because if I go, I'm gonna want to buy something, and I don't need it. But when have you resisted a fleece sale? Oh, God. I can't even remember if I have actually made a video about this. But this year I like wanted to put like a realistic sort of restriction on myself instead of just like, I'm not buying anything all year. Like, girl, I work at a yarn store. Like, like, let's be real. But I thought that like a way that I could limit myself was by not buying things online. The one exception that I made for myself is that I'm going to buy the Woolens and Osh Advent skeins for next year. I allowed myself to do that. But in general, I've like just like made that stipulation for myself. And it's already like, you know, especially when times are as such. And a little bit of dopamine would really soothe the soul. We're coming on YouTube Live instead. Hanging out with friends. Hi Taylor. Welcome. KJE. I am working on my bucket list knit along. I'm doing like the first row establishing the cable pattern for the body, which is taking forever. Good night, Lawrence. Thanks for hanging out. Asher, my mom has strong opinions that mass-produced underwear is poor quality and swears by her vintage La Perla. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I think that all kind of relates to the same kind of thing. But, I couldn't be wearing vintage lingerie. Like, that does not... I can't imagine my bras holding up. Yeah, thank you. I thought about it a lot because I'm not at a place where I feel like my stash is like so out of control. Like, I use it, I like going through it, I like being inspired by it. I'm not at a point where it's so much that I like am overwhelmed by it. I have a lot. Like, I've been working at yarn stores for 10 years. I've been dyeing yarn for 5 years. But, you know, at the same time, I don't, like, those restrictions always end up resulting in, like, some kind of over indulgence. You know what I mean? Court, hi. I was saving myself as well. So that's what was happening there. Yeah, you know, we're having this happen. We're all here together. Are you, by the way, Court, are you going to the fleece sale that's happening this weekend? Because our Discord was talking about it. Tell me. I know it's like Friday. I mean, here in the Pacific Northwest, on the West Coast, whatever, it's like 4:20, and I think at like 3:30 I was like trying to shop at yarn stores more than online this year too. It's more fun anyway. Yeah. Court. No. Like, no as in you hadn't heard about it, or no as in like I cannot go, that's a bad idea? Which one? Because there's also a pop-up happening at Ritual Dyes on Saturday that I kind of want to go to. But again, why am I doing this to myself? Cannot. Okay. Gotcha. You're in good company. You're spinning. Yeah. Yeah. I really miss, during the summer times, we started doing hanging out in the park and spinning together with my little, like, knitting group, and it was so nice, and I'm So desperate for that to happen again, but we've got months ahead of us. It's muddy, it's wet, it's cold, but I miss spinning in a little group. I did just finish reading. Have any of you... So I've definitely had multiple DM conversations on Instagram about the book Piranesi, and I don't know if any of you have read it, but I just finished it, and I haven't loved a book that hard in a while. I just like absolutely adored it. And now I am reading Private Rights by Julia I think it's Armfield. And that's also like really good. This is, I think I've mentioned this too, one of my other resolutions was to read more literary fiction. And let me tell you, it's not disappointing. Yeah, Julia Armfield. Yeah, so far I don't know, just having a good book moment, all right? Not mad about that. Touching grass. Spinning while touching grass, it's true. Elite. Really great. Okay, next time I'll be more prepared with a project that does not require this much focus. I didn't think that this would be this bad, but if I get off, you know, like I said, I'm establishing the cable pattern, so gotta be paying a little bit of attention. Oh, we made it to the steek stitches. This is gonna be wild. I also cannot find my highlighter tape, so I can't mark my chart. Just a hot mess over here. Boom. God, she's bunched up on the needles, that is for sure. But it's really pretty, you know? Also kind of matches. I'm coordinated. What can I say? I am going to try and learn how to use my Turkish spindle this weekend. I don't know why it feels so much more complicated. That's the like one with the heavy bottom. I'm not a drop spindle girl. I am not. I wish you all the best. Yeah, I've tried a few different types of drop spindles, and it's not, yeah, it doesn't bring me joy. I loved Piranesi too. Perfect self-contained nugget of a book. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, it was really good. Hello, hi. Yeah, we're just hanging, just trying to like, I love that Court said that it like stopped the doom scroll, because I think that's what I needed as well. A little bit of some zooming out. happening, you know? Your brother Sam has a question to ask you, okay? All right, well, we're doing okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I think I am like on the verge of needing my neck light over here because it's dark. And this yarn is dark. It doesn't really look dark on the screen, but I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you're new, I want to hear about what you're working on. Tell me. And also, what are you reading? Are you reading anything good? Because at this point, I'm just adding to my TBR pile on Storygraph, and it's really nice to have a lot of options. Because I'm definitely like a mood reader, you know? Rosamund Pike doing Pride and Prejudice. Okay. I know, you guys, everything matches. I just have very specific colors that I am attracted to. You know, I've never read anything by Brandon Sanderson, and I feel like he's been coming up a lot recently. So maybe someone just recommended this, like, I'm not gonna remember the name. It was like Clock. It's not by Brandon Sanderson, but like it's also fantasy. I will say that it kind of takes a lot for me to read books by men. There's only so much reading time, and you know, sometimes that's just not the vibe. Book club picked First Lie Win, so that's what I'm reading. Just started. I've been seeing that book out and about. My book club pick was we're meeting later this month to discuss it. And it was We Used to Live Here. I thought it was fine. I enjoyed it. And after I was done with it, I was like, they could have done that a little bit different. And I would have enjoyed it better. You know what I mean? Yes, Court, right? I just am like, there's such little time. So, like, everyone loves that TJ Klune Under the Whispering... Oh, wait. No. House on the Cerulean Sea. And so our book club picked the Whispering Under the Door or whatever, and I like started it, and I was like, you know, I don't have time for this. I didn't really like it. I was like, no, it's fine. Knitting on the raglan increases for my Amy sweater. Doing a cotton sweater, Harvest by Tin Can Knits. Reading Wise, it is always a historical mystery. Amazing. Started a scrappy, stashy sweet shop blanket, working on that, and I'm reading The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi now. It's pretty good so far. Amazing. I love how like knitty and ready, booky, yarny and booky everyone is. I want to be reading Wuthering Heights because it's been gloomy and I've been sick. Sounds about right. Robin Hobbs, 16-book fantasy series. Okay. I do, it's funny, like, I almost feel like I want to be watching a really good fantasy series and reading literary fiction. But there's not, like, really good, long, epic fantasy series. Like, they're few and far between. Valentine's Day socks. Just finished the Bridge Kingdom series. Okay. I'm writing these down. Lessons in chemistry. Yeah, I've heard good things about that. Not like totally the kind of book that I usually gravitate towards, but yeah, I know that a lot of people have really liked that one. 3, 4. I feel like Lessons in Chemistry would be one that I would like pick up on audiobook and watch. Oh yeah, I've heard really good things about Arcane. Hi Gabby. We are talking about books. I was just asking for like recommendations and what people are knitting on and what people are reading. So yeah, we're all just like trying to take a break from the doom scrolling and hang out. That's what's happening. That's what I needed. I thought other people might, and it seems like I was correct in that assessment. So I think it is getting, let's see. Ooh, that's so bad. Oh, that's so bad. Hold on. Okay, that's maybe a little better. Just some more light. I don't even know if that made a difference, but here we are. Court, I feel like we've talked about Bride. I did read Bride when it came out. And I felt very mid about it. And I feel like you were upset with me when I said that. I like romantasy. That book was wild. And not in like the way that it thought it was being. I absolutely have read In the Dream House. That book fucked me up. Oh, not supposed to say that on YouTube. Yeah, that book was really intense. I loved it. The prose was amazing, and I had some really great therapy sessions after it. The Paradise Problem and Knitting Your First Ever Sweater, amazing. LOL. Oh, oops, LOL is what I was reading. But I know, Courtney, you were disappointed in me, but I stand by what I said. I just feel like I remember this because you were so disappointed that I was like, I'm knitting some little black socks and some Valentine's yarn. I'm also listening to a series called The Innkeeper Chronicles. Husband, wife, author, couple, sci-fi, fantasy. Ooh, that sounds cool. Bride really felt a little incomplete to me. Like she wanted to do full fantasy, but was a little nervous to commit. Oh, I could see that. I think it's also just like these fantasy books where it's like mates are like rare, and then like all of the friends in the friend group all like have a mate, and it's all other people in the friend group. I'm like, porfa. I think I may have it bad for vampires, to be fair. Girl, let your freak flag fly. I love this for you. I also have a thing for vampires. I just feel like they have been done dirty by Twilight. I used to read so much vampire fanfic. That's like the origin story. I actually keep forgetting about Interview with a Vampire, and I know that I should watch it and would like it. So yes, that's actually a good recommendation. I mean, obviously, I love the movie. I've watched like bits of True Blood and bits of The Vampire Diaries, but I think I like don't have the nostalgia for it. I feel like there's other vampire things. The Sookie Stackhouse novels were my first romance books. I feel like a lot of us had that, you know what I mean? Someone on the recent season of The Bachelor was wearing a Mystic Falls sweater and I lost it. Oh my god, incredible. I mean, I'm very much of the Lost Boys, like, was in love with that. Dear friends, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm realizing it is about time for me to start getting ready to go out for Drag Race. I just always want to put this, if you would like to, no obligation. You can donate, you can buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/Emtothethird. Just little tips are always nice. I think we might be needing some more live streams to cut into the doom scrolling. I think I might need it. I think you might need it. Let me think about what that could possibly look like on a consistent basis. But it was really, I needed just a little bit of community and hanging out, and this felt really nice. Yeah. Hang in there. I'm hanging in there, trying to watch some vampire shit, and yeah. Thanks for hanging, guys. This is very needed. Yeah. Okay. I will see you on Instagram, where I'm also Emtothethird. Send me DMs. Let's chat. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Tim, I'm coming now. Are you freaking kidding me? You guys, look, he's bullying me even on my own live stream. Bye.